watching the Trojan Network.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs. When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's edition of Friday Night Lights from the Trojan Network. We are here in beautiful Gordon County at Gordon Central High School, home of Warriors football. That'll be your Gordon Lee Trojans opponent tonight, but before we get into that, let's thank our sponsors. First off, we want to thank Greg Payne Mortgage Team, Beth Price, Keller Williams, Water Sucks, Local Storage, North Georgia Technical College, Jessica Paris, TVFCU, Chitter Chatter, Jimmy Sprayberry Insurance, Honey Plus June Boutique, Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks, Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, the Trojan Club, Jat Energy, Real Estate Partners, Burke French Homes, Summit Physical Therapy, the Local Beard Company, and Nick Bomar Trucking. Appreciate all of our sponsors and everything they have been doing for us this year here at the Trojan Network. Just a reminder to frequent these sponsors as much as possible. Let them know you heard about them here on the Trojan Network. As always, the Trojans are walking out all of their seniors to midfield. Then they'll send tonight's official captains to the center of the field for the coin toss. Your Gordon Lee Trojans are currently 6-1 and ranked number 1 in the region, number 16 in the state, and they are taking on the Gordon Central Warriors, who are 5-2 and ranked number 4 in the region currently. Trojans have 3 regular season games remaining before they go to the playoffs. Currently, the Trojans sit with the 6th seed overall in the playoffs, which would, again, assuming they continue to win, would give them a minimum of 2 home playoff games, potentially 3, depending on who wins in different parts of the bracket. If you've been with us any over the past couple weeks, you have seen these Gordon Lee Trojans dominate their opponents. Last week, Trojans scored 54 points in the first half and then added another touchdown in the second half to win 61-0. That young Trojan defense played the entire second half. For the second week in a row, gave up 0 points. Hopefully we'll have opportunity to see some of those youngsters again in the second half tonight. The Trojans take care of business. Last week's player of the game was number 1, Landon Norton. For those of you who watched, he had a nice punt return for a touchdown. Actually had a second punt return for a touchdown that was called back for a block in the back. We also had a receiving touchdown as well. So really good night there for number 1, Norton, who is one of our seniors. Let's talk a little bit about the catchphrase here at Gordon Central. Hoka Hey is a Lakota battle cry that can be translated as let's go, or it's a good day to die. Hopefully it is a good day to die here for these Gordon Central Warriors. Thanks for the assist there, AJ. Shout out to the crew, Trojan Network, Mr. Ricky Ballard behind the camera here up top, his lovely wife down on the field, getting some of those live action shots, and my man AJ Edmondson controlling the digital scoreboard. And as always, the mouth of the South, I'm Brent Price, doing your play-by-play. Didn't see who won the toss. Were you paying attention, AJ? Neither one of us were paying attention, so no idea. We'll all be surprised together unless you were paying attention. Oh, sounds like the Trojans will be receiving the kickoff. There's a flaming spear. I don't know if Ricky can catch that, but we got a flaming spear coming here. Some nice sparklers. Hopefully this is excited as the Gordon Central Warriors get tonight, but the spear's about to be put into the ground. Exciting. One of the few places you can actually do that. They don't have field turf here at Gordon Central. See if somebody's going to put that fire out. A little bit of a fire hazard there. Putting it out with a towel, AJ, I don't know. A little dangerous. Pretty cool entrance, though, for Gordon Central. Again, hopefully that is as much excitement as we see from them tonight. Number 33, Lane Vaughn, actually won Player of the Week from the Chattanooga Times Free Press last week. That's number 33. I affectionately call him the Lane Train. If you watch this game tonight, I have a feeling you may find out why he has that nickname. Looks like the Trojans will have Groce back deep to return. The upbacks are going to be 1 Norton, number 8 Oliver, That next line of defense is going to be number 3, Price, number 6, Ross, number 11, Hurley McAllister, and then your killers up front. Looks like we're going to have Braxton Daniel, Noah Garrison. Looks like, it does look like a little bit of a hands team. Levi Mitchum. I also see Connor Jenkins. Who's in the middle there, AJ? 50, is it 55? Can't make out the number. But if it's 55, that's going to be Joe Gillum. I wonder if Gillum's got good hands here. Potentially Gordon Central's done a lot of onside kicks. Trojans seem to be prepared. Let's see what they do here. If I'm them, I'm not kicking it to Groce or to Norton. They do kick it deep to Groce. This is actually going to go deep into the end zone for a touchback. Don't see very many of those. Potentially a little bit of a soccer boot there from the Gordon Central kicker. So the Trojans are going to need to go 80 yards here to get on the board. I think starting field position was around the 40 last week. So see what kind of defense Gordon Central comes out in. They do have a breast cancer awareness night going on. You'll see a lot of the players for Gordon Central wearing pink socks, a lot of the fans wearing pink here tonight. This was actually originally supposed to be an off night for the Trojans as it's fall break. However, the tragedy at Armurchie changed the games around and put us playing tonight. Groce in the backfield, handoff to Groce up the middle. He finds a little bit of running room, juking and jiving. Looks like he's going to pick up about 1.5 yards there. We'll call it 1 yard, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9 after the 1 yard run. Groce tried to bounce that to the outside, was unable to get to the edge there. Trojans are going to come out with trips at the bottom of your screen with Norton, Garrison, and Oliver. Single receiver at the top. I believe that's McAllister. Day at the quarterback position with a Groce flanked to his left. Going to be another handoff to Groce to the outside. Kind of the same situation there. That time's going to be a loss of 1 yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. Gordon Central defensively doing a good job there. Looks like Groce has come out now. Vaughn is in. We'll have trips again. Same group at the bottom of your screen. I believe that's McAllister at the top. And again, the back Vaughn just to the left of Day. Bring up 1st and 10 for your Trojans. And that first down was brought to you by Beth Price at Keller Williams. AJ, can you say choo choo? And that's why we call him the lane train. Twins at the bottom of your screen with Norton and Oliver. Single receiver at the top. Looks like we've got Ross in at that tight end position. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn to the outside. He's got plenty of running room. The linebacker for Gordon Central made a business decision there. Dove directly at Vaughn's feet, but Vaughn was able to pick up 7 yards. Let's call it 6 yards to bring up 2nd and 4. Twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Looks like Groce again in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Groce. Contact's made immediately on Groce. Going to be a loss of about nope, going to be, let's see, gain of about 1 yard there. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Football now sits at the 37-yard line of the Trojans. Single receiver Norton at the bottom. Twins at the top. Going to be a handoff to Groce to the outside. He's going to use the speed. This one is going to go all the way to the house. Good luck trying to catch this young man. Oh, goodness, he does catch him. But Groce makes him pay there after a huge gain all the way to the 26-yard line. To be honest with you, I'm shocked that they had any chance to catch Groce there, but the safety took an extremely good angle, but not before Groce picked up another Beth Price. Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Game clock now sits at 9 minutes, 18 seconds. We've got a stacked Twins, top and bottom. Going to be a quick throw to the outside to number 8, Oliver. He's going to cut this thing all the way across the field. May have cost us some yards there. Loss of about 5 there. Oliver tried to come all the way across the field. Gordon Central was prepared. Oliver's been that shifty receiver for the Trojans. Caught some balls on the outside, made some people miss over the past several weeks. I believe he scored a touchdown in all 3 of the last games. That time, loss of 5, bring up 2nd and 15 for the Trojans, but the Lane Train now has the football. He's going to pick up 6 there. Football's going to get all the way to the 25, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. The Trojans are definitely in 2-down territory here, so would expect another handoff here to Vaughn. See if he can pick up at least 5, make this a more manageable 4th down for your Trojans. Trojans were able to make the Warriors jump off sides, get a free 5 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Trojans. Coach for Gordon Central was not happy about that, spiked his headset, and is now having a little chat with the officials. Not sure what he's chatting about. Defensive line jumped off sides clearly. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4. And now it's Lane Train time, right up the middle for this 1st down. Gordon Central looks like they're going to bring the run blitz. That works about 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, Vaughn takes it to the end zone. This is actually going to be a pass. Going to be thrown to Ross over the middle for a pickup of about 6 there. And another Beth Price, Keller Williams. 1st down after that catch by the senior Ross. Football now sits at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for your Trojans. Groce is now back in the backfield. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Going to be a handoff here to Groce. He's going to work his way to the outside, cut it in. He's going to take the football all the way down to the 9-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards there. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Trojans. Trojans have been methodical here on this possession, just moving the ball down the field slowly but surely. Eventually on their way to 6, hopefully. There's Groce all the way up the middle. He's going to take this football all the way down to the 2-yard line, and that'll bring up 1st and goal for your Trojans after another Beth Price, Keller Williams, 1st down. Now Groce comes off. Vaughn comes on from the 2-yard line. Let me draw you a little pictograph here. Pictograph's the oldest form of communication. What we're going to do here is linemen are going to go forward, and the Lane Train's going to smash this into the end zone for a touchdown. But it looks like we have a timeout from Gordon Central before the Lane Train can do his work. So we will take a timeout.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
All right, Trojan fans, we're back. Shout out to Jeff Little. Gave me a little technical information. Let me know if that continues. Hopefully we've gotten that fixed. Pierce Waller, you are correct on your text. Got that one in the first possession for the Trojans. Dane Anderson's going to have to challenge me a little bit more here on this word of the game. Oh, my pictograph was incorrect. Vaughn just stands in the backfield, and Mr. Dustin Day, quarterback sneak for a Gordon Lee Trojan. Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown. So the Trojans now up 6-0. Looks like Grimes coming in here for this extra point. Hopefully Trojans worked a little bit on the PAT blocking this week. They've had a couple blocked over the past 2 weeks. One real area of opportunity the Trojans have had. This kick is up, and it is good from Grimes, making the score 7-0 for your Gordon Lee Trojans with 6:49 left to go here in the first quarter. While we wait for this kickoff, let's get a little bit of an update in other sports for the Trojans. A couple things have been noted. Rankings for the cheerleaders have come out, and your Gordon Lee Trojan competition cheerleaders are currently ranked #1 in the division and have been grand champions in the last 2 competitions. So shout out to the cheerleaders. The softball team swept Fannin County in the first round of the playoffs, and they will host Heard County on Wednesday for a doubleheader beginning at 4. Volleyball, which we broadcasted, my first time ever broadcasting volleyball, dominated Chattahoochee County 3-0 this week, and they advance to the Sweet 16, which takes place tomorrow at 1 p.m. Gordon Lee High School against Banks County. So a lot of good things happening in Trojan Nation, as well as the football team continues to roll. And here's the kickoff from Grimes. He's going to boot this one high. It's going to come down and be fielded at the 25-yard line. Tackle's going to be made at about the 34-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will take over. Watched a little bit of film this week. The Warriors have a couple of good backs. Not a lot of volume through the air, so the Trojans will need to be prepared to stop the run tonight. But if they can do that like they did last week, I believe their opponent, Armurchie, last week ended up with negative 23 yards rushing, if I'm not mistaken. If the Trojans can do that tonight, this could be a long, painful night for the Warriors of Gordon Central. Defensively, looks like we're going to have Noah Garrison at corner at the bottom of your screen, Oliver corner at the top of your screen. Safeties are going to be 1 Norton and 11 Hurley McAllister. Looks like linebackers are going to be Groce, Price, and Vaughn. And then we'll get you the defensive line. Pass, they do. Deep ball, wide open. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Gordon Central Warriors in one play, but we do have a flag. Potentially could be roughing the passer here. We'll see. Let's see what this is. Not sure anybody sees what I'm seeing, which is laundry on the field. Personal foul, roughing the passer on the Trojans. So that touchdown's going to count. And the Gordon Central Warriors are an extra point away from tying this up. And I was completely wrong. Trojans had a great opportunity to sack the quarterback. Quarterback ducked. We missed. And they had a receiver just running wide open across the middle of the field for an easy pitch and catch and a touchdown. My man Jeff Little unsent the message about my commentary cutting in and out. Apparently, his cell phone service was not working properly, so I shall carry on, Jeff. Glad that you're watching, though, sir. Here's the extra point attempt from Gordon Central. Kick is up. Kick is good. And we've got ourselves a tie ball game with 6:31 left to go here in the first quarter. A little bit of adversity for the Trojans, which they have not experienced any of over the past month. So let's see how they decide to respond here. Trojans had a perfect blitz call there for that pass. Just unable to make that tackle on the quarterback from behind. He slipped out, stepped up into the pocket, a little bit like Drew Brees, and then just didn't even have to throw it far, just had to float it up, let his receiver run under it, and the Trojans were unable to chase him down, resulting in that touchdown. The last kick from Gordon Central went out of the end, or went into the end zone. This time they're going to kick it from the Trojan side of the field after that roughing the passer penalty. So we're taking bets now. Do we think he's going to kick it through the uprights, AJ? You think so? All right. AJ's going with yes. I'll say he's going to kick a high floater here and not even kick it out of the end zone. I've been wrong already on the first call of the night, though, so AJ may be correct here. Let's see if he tries to kick a field goal here. Great opportunity to kick an onside kick, use a little bit of momentum. Trojans still have that same hands team out on the field, though. He does kick an onside kick. It's not going to go 10 yards, though, and the Trojans are going to take over at the 40-yard line, I believe. So great field position for the Trojans. Not a great onside kick for Gordon Central. Trojans only need to go 60 yards here to retake the lead. Looks like we were both wrong on that one, AJ. Got several messages from folks today who are going to be unable to make it to the game, who are watching at home. Appreciate y'all joining us on the broadcast. Feel free to make comments, and we'll try to entertain you here as we go. All right, Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, lane up the middle, driving his feet, carrying Warriors with him. Not going to lie to you, AJ, that was a bit of a targeting there on the backside. Lowered his helmet, tried to put some punishment to Vaughn. Unfortunately for him, Vaughn doesn't take punishment, he delivers it. Got a little text message from my favorite person in the world, Yaya. Going to be a quick throw to Garrison on the outside. Makes a nice move. Only able to pick up about 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Yaya let me know that Wade, Tucker, Reagan, Beckham, Bobo, and herself are all watching from Columbus, where Tucker's softball team is in the state championship tomorrow. So shout out to that family. Thank you all for listening. 3rd and 1 right at the 49-yard line here for the Trojans. Vaughn in the backfield. Great opportunity for a little smash mouth football. Vaughn up the middle, and he just runs right through everybody. Takes the football all the way down to the 41-yard line. And I don't know if you heard the faint choo-choo in the background, but our man Lane Train making it happen again. So 1st and 10 brought to you by Beth Price at Keller Williams there for your Trojans. All the way across midfield now. Groce is in the backfield. Hand off to Groce straight up the middle, using his speed and shiftiness. He's going to pick up about 13 there. And that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams. 1st down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Football now sits at the 29-yard line. Got a couple folks watching from home. Shout out to my man David Raffensberger, Lucy Rise Up, Brittany Eldridge, and Vincent Davis. Going to be a quick throw here to number 11, McAllister. He's going to pick up about 17, 18 yards there. And that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams. 1st down to the 12-yard line, and the Trojans just continue to move the football down the field any way they can. Couple new watchers, Julie Lambert and Lynn Smith. Sounds like Lynn's watching all the way from Florida, so thank you for that. Looks like we've got a false start there on the Trojans. And so we'll back them up 5 yards, and that'll make it 1st and 15 for the Trojans. Shout out to Nicholas Cole. watching and rooting for number 85, Ethan Howard. Also, big shout out to the Cole family. I know they've been dealing with a lot with Bash. We've got some great news today. So we'll continue to pray for them as well as Bash. Little pass here to the outside to number 11. Going to pick up about 6 yards there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. So 5 yards gain there. Football's now back to the 12-yard line. Looks like Groce is out. Vaughn is in. Shout out to Vanessa Brewer, who's watching from home. Also, my man Steve Brown, watching from home, just sent me a picture with his feet up by his fireplace. Good run there. Pickup of about 7 from 33 Lane Vaughn. That's going to bring up 3rd and let's call it 4 here. Also just got a message from Laney Coulter and Neil, who are watching by the fireplace at their house. Jealous every time Laney and Neil text me about that. They've got a great back porch, great fireplace, and I'm in the cold, standing up here in a booth. Here comes the Lane train up the middle, and guess what, folks? Touchdown, Trojans! Don't know how to get other teams to understand. You cannot hit Vaughn up high. He is going to run you over. That is going to happen. And that's a touchdown brought to you by Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. Looks like my man Dusty Brock's watching, as well as Corey Ellison, all the way from White, Georgia. Beast Gage 5 is watching and eating hibachi, supporting his cousin Garrett Ross. The Trojans up 13-7, pending the extra point here from Grimes. Nice delayed snap there. Kick is up, and kick is good, making the score 14-7 with 3:13 left to go here in the first quarter for your Gordon Lee Trojans. The Warriors have only run one play offensively, but that play was a 70-yard touchdown pass, so Trojans defense should be well rested here and hopefully ready to go to put a stop to this Gordon Central offense. Loving the comments section on the broadcast tonight. Also, the text messages. My man Steve Waller, who's also going to be my partner in the Chilimaga Chili Cook-Off, watching from home as well. For those of you who are not familiar, Chilimaga's on November 8th, $25 to enter as a competitor. Have some real quality judges who will pick a judge's winner. We also have the fan favorite. I'm looking to win the fan favorite. Need everybody to come out from Trojan Network Nation. Vote for my over-the-top touchdown chili on November 8th. Great opportunity to taste a bunch of chili. Lots of good things going on in downtown Chickamauga. Me and my man Steve Waller are going to have a booth. Here's a kickoff. This one's going to be deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. Trojans are headed down the field. Almost broke it free. Tackle's going to end up being made by 17. I believe that's Levi Mitchum. So nice tackle there. Almost broke that one to the house. Football's going to sit at about the, I believe, 33-yard line. Nope, 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Looks like Kristen Davis and Eric are watching from home as well on their giant TV. Got a picture of that. My man Eric sending other pictures of party favors. Love it. The Thompson and Cooper family watching all the way from Destin, Florida. Shout out to them. Trojan Nation is all over this country. Gonna be a quick run to the outside. Tackle's gonna be made by Groce and a host of Trojans. Really think that was a loss of yards, but looks like they're gonna spot it right at the line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd 10 for the Trojans. Shout out to Wendy Waller. She's also watching from home. My man Dane Anderson challenging me with words of the week. Got his word of the weekend on the first possession this week. He just sent me a bonus word. This one's going to be tough. Let me know in the comments section if you hear it later. Trojan defense out. Going to be a quick pass to the outside. Trojans are attacking, and tackle's going to be made by number 6, Garrett Ross, after a pickup of about 3. That play ultimately was made by number 4, Braxton Daniel. He attacked that blocker and basically brought the back to a stop, allowing the defensive end, Ross, to tackle him from behind. Really only a pickup of 2 there, bringing up 3rd and 8. Shout out to Cam Brown, too, who's also watching from home with his dad, the future Trojan killer. Going to be a straight drop back pass. Going to be a run up the middle and then a late throw. Believe he was well over the line of scrimmage with that football thrown. But the officials don't call it. You're going to have to go back and watch the replay here. I don't think there's any way he wasn't past the line of scrimmage and he threw that football. We're going to take a look here. Straight drop back. He was right at the line of scrimmage there, so Trojans lost a little bit of contain there. Harley Spencer also watching from home, rooting on number 85, Ethan Howard, and then Ashlyn Clarkson saying go Trojans. I'm sure Ashlyn and Morgan are watching the game this evening. Trips at the top of your screen. Trojans put a little bit of pressure. Still going to pick up about 5, let's call it 6 yards there. No, 5 yards there to bring up 2nd and 5. So my prognostication that Gordon Central wouldn't throw the ball has been completely inaccurate so far. They are moving the football down the field. Only 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Again, Trojans lead 14-7, but the Warriors working the football down the field, looking to tie this game up. Looks like we're going to have twins at the top of your screen, plus an offset back. Ball's fumbled. Going to be a big loss. Price, get credit for that tackle, was trying to get a hold of that.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back. Last play before the end of the quarter there was a bad snap and a fumble, almost recovered by number 3, Logan Price. Shout out to my man, Logan Price, who just happens to be my son. Tomorrow is his 17th birthday. He and I are headed to Athens. Ames is watching. Ames says I'm a shoe-in to win at the chili cook-off. I don't know about that, but thank you, Ames. Chris and Casey King also watching from home. Chris getting his mind right, ready for softball next week, trying to earn a bid to Columbus. We are back here with the 3rd and 13. Going to be a quick out route. Going to be dropped by the receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th and 14. Probably 2 down territory if you're the Warriors. So you got a few more commenters coming out here. Jeff Ebelin watching. Vanessa Brewer watching. Does look like Gordon Central is going to go for it here on 4th down. So if the Trojans can get a stop right here, get excellent field position, just need to be smart here with these plays. Looks like we're going to have trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, single back in the backfield. See if the Trojans bring the heat here. Looks like 3 Price is going to be blitzing here. And he's going to be sacked by number 6, Ross, cleaned up by number 3, Price. And that ball is going to be turned over right at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Heck of a play by the menace, Garrett Ross there. Just so everybody knows, Lane Train and Menace for Garrett Ross. I'm coining both of those and copywriting them. Don't try to use them. Trojans come out, trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. It's going to be a rollout here. Going to go deep over the middle to number 1, Norton. He goes up, but is unable to make that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for your Trojans at the 50-yard line. Norton did a good job with that route, used his body to shield the defender. Defender reached around him right at the right moment, was able to get his hand in there and break up that pass. Looks like Connie Capehart's also watching, Elizabeth Price watching. Shout out to you all. My man Jamie McBriar reminded me that we just had a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sacked by the menace Garrett Ross there. Groce with a run there, going to be a loss of about a half yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Trojans here. Now back on their side of the field at the 49-yard line. Gross goes out. Vaughn comes in. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top of your screen. It's going to be a pass here. Straight drop back. Looked like they tried to surprise him with a little bit of a quick stop route at about 12 yards. Ball sailed high. Looks like the Trojans are going to punt this football. Not sure the Trojans have punted at all over the past 3 weeks. So number 4, Braxton Daniel, who has been our punter this season, has not gotten a lot of work the past couple weeks. Did run a couple fakes against Heritage early in the season that were highly successful. Shout out to Jennifer and Justin Clements, who are watching from the beach, as well as Jackson. Thank you all. Going to be an Aussie-style punt, really good punt here. This ball should bounce out right at about the 19-yard line, where Gordon Central will take over 1st and 10. A lot of folks watching us from the beach this week, AJ. Love it. I am not at the beach, unfortunately, but hey, I'm here under the Friday night lights, and that's almost as good as the beach. So again, Trojans were stopped there. First time that's happened in quite a while. See how they respond. Got 10 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the half. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff here. Tackle is going to be made at about the 22-yard line, so pick up 3 yards there, bringing up 2nd and 7 for the Warriors. You know what, AJ? I'm not sure there'd be anything better than sitting on the beach, eating some pizza that was delivered to the beach while watching the Trojan Network. Sounds like heaven to me. Something about pizza on the beach, it just tastes better out there. It is cheaper. It's a good point. All right. Twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Single back. Actually going in motion, making it trips. Going to be a run up the middle. Not a good idea here. Tackle's going to be made by, let's see, who comes off the bottom of that pile? Looks like number 45 with the tackle there. Nice job. And Sean Harms Benefold there. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. Would expect this to be a passing down. See if the Trojans can maintain their composure here, put a little pressure on this quarterback, and end this drive. Got a stack Twins at the bottom of your screen, Twins at the top of your screen, single back in the backfield. Trojans are blitzing, and the pressure is on. Sack's going to be made by number 44, Derryberry, and then cleaned up by number 45, Sean Harms Benefold. And that sack is brought to you by Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks. Big loss there, bringing up 4th down. Football now sits right at the 15-yard line. And if you're Gordon Central, you know you're punting to a very dangerous returner in number 1 Norton, who's had punt returns for touchdown in each of the last 2 games. In fact, had a second one last week in the game that was called back for a block in the back. We'll see what kind of damage Norton can do here. Low snap. Ball is punted. It is going to be returnable, baby. Oh, takes a good bounce for the Warriors, and that ball is going to die right at the 44-yard line of the Trojans, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10. My phone was blowing up with text messages early. It slowed down a little bit. Reminder, if you're going to text me during the game, donate $1 as we try to get that $100,000 together for those LED lights for next season. Trojans going to come out with Twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Vaughn in the backfield. And then the big tight end, Ross, at the top of your screen. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to smash and drive his feet. He's going to pick up, looks like 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 from the 50-yard line. Trojans do not spend much time at all on their own side of the field, but they are living over here at Gordon Central's side of the field. But need to get some points here, as the game clock is now down to 7 minutes, 33 seconds. Vaughn remains in the backfield, single receiver, top and bottom. Motion from number 1, Norton. Ball's going to be handed off to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to pick up about 8 for another Beth Price. Keller Williams, 1st down. Football all the way down to the 42-yard line of the Warriors after that run. Vaughn goes off, and the second half of the two-headed monster, number 9, Groce, comes in. Looks like Leah Stevens is watching from Sand Mountain, rooting for number 9, Groce, who is now in the backfield. We'll see if Groce can do something here for Stevens. It's going to be a quick handoff to number 5, Garrison. But he's not going to be able to get around the edge there. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Trojans as the game clock ticks down below 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Trojans tried the jet sweep there, but Gordon Central showing some speed, not allowing Garrison to get to the outside. So we're going to have Twins with Garrison and Norton at the top of your screen. Single receiver, McAllister at the bottom. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. Going to continue to drive his feet there. It's going to be a pickup of about, 8 there? Let's call it 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Football now sits at the 38-yard line of the Warriors. Vaughn back in the game. Looks like Sean Benefold playing that tight end position, and the Trojans are able to get the Warriors to jump off sides. Unplugged my mic there. But that encroachment by the Warriors is going to give the Trojans a first down at the 32-yard line of the Warriors, and that's another first down brought to you by Beth Price at Keller Williams. Vaughn in the backfield, Twins at the bottom. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn. Vaughn shifty there. Bounce that outside, pick up about 4. Football now down to the 29-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. Shout out to my man Pierce Waller, who just Venmo'd $1 for the LED lights. That's our first Venmo donation from the young freshman. He's all about it. Shout out to you, Pierce Waller. Yeah, deep pockets from my man Pierce. Vaughn up the middle again, smashing and driving. That should be another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down as the football goes all the way to the 22-yard line of the Warriors. AJ wanted me to let Steve Waller know he should be ashamed that his son Pierce donated the first $1. It wasn't me, Steve. That was AJ. Single receiver, top and bottom. Going to be a handoff again to Norton on the jet sweep. Football's going to get to the 19-yard line. So pick up of about 3. Those jet sweeps just aren't being as successful this week as they were last week. Gordon Central prepared for those. Trojans have been successful when they've put those receivers in motion, but actually handed the ball up the middle to the back. So every one of those runs, even if they aren't highly successful, does give the Gordon Central Warriors something to think about and will pay dividends off later. Looks like Vaughn's out, Groce is in. It's going to be a rollout to a wide open Ross. One-handed catch there by the senior 6 Ross. And that's going to be another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Trojans. That ball was thrown slightly behind him. Ross just threw that big mid up, snatched it out of the air, was able to catch it and fall forward for the first down for the Trojans. Heck of a play there by Ross. Football now sits at the 12-yard line of the Warriors. Game clock's down to 3 minutes, 40 seconds as the Trojans look to take a 2-score lead here into halftime. Looks like we're going to get a timeout call from the Warriors, and when they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
All right, Trojan faithful, we are back, and your Gordon Lee Trojans have it 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of the. Looks like Allie Ross watching from home on the broadcast, cheering on her brother, number 6, the one-handed man himself, the menace, Garrett Ross. Gonna be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's gonna smash and drive, and I am shocked they're able to stop him at about the 1-yard line. But that's going to bring up another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. And it's now 1st and goal, looks like from the 2-yard line. There's 2 options here, AJ. There's the quarterback sneak, And then there's the little smash mouth football to Vaughn. What are you thinking? Ball snapped, handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He waltzes into the end zone untouched. For a Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Believe that's Vaughn's second touchdown of the game. He's been scoring 3 touchdowns per game, so we know we've got at least one more coming later on, and that's only been in a half of football. Starters have really only played in the first half the last several weeks. So the Trojans take a 20-7 lead with 3:15 left to go here in the half, pending the extra point from Grimes. Holder's going to be number 4, Daniel. Trojans have done a better job blocking on the PATs tonight. See if that can continue. Bad snap. It's going to be picked up by 4. Braxton Daniel, but the Trojans are unable to get that into the end zone. So that'll leave the score 20-7 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Sounds like Lynn Viverito, Jaden, and Emery are all watching from Gulf Shores. Harley Spencer watching, excited about the Trojan touchdown. Gordon Central now with the opportunity to go 2 for 1. If they can get a touchdown here, they get the ball to start the second half and can tie things up. Trojans need to go 3 and out here. I believe the Trojans still have 3 timeouts remaining, so if they can get a quick stop, they still have plenty of time to put some more points on the board before halftime here. Trojans have played well, but just not with that same explosiveness we've seen the past couple weeks. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with the opponent. Have been hearing reports from practice that the conditioning has been getting a little tougher. As again, the Trojan starters have only been playing 1 half at a time. They're going to need to be able to play 2 halves as we move further and further into the season. Looks like Grimes set to kick here. It's going to be a bit of an onside kick. Ball's bouncing around. Looks like the Trojans are going to recover. Who picked that football up? Was that number 15 Jenkins that recovered the football there? See if we can see it here on the replay. But the Trojans are going to take over at the 40-yard line. Let me see if I can tell who recovered that. Looks like it was 17 Mitchum that recovered that football. So the Trojans take over in Gordon Central territory with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left, looking to go up by 3 scores here. AJ called that from the booth. Said onside kick right at number 50, which is exactly what the Trojans did. And we're able to recover. Groce in the backfield, single receiver Norton at the bottom. Looks like McAllister at the top, with Garrett Ross in at that tight end position. Day under center. Here's the snap. It's going to be a straight drop back to number 1, Norton, running that slant. That's going to be pass interference. Flags come out. Definitely not going to be an interception. Going to be a 15-yard penalty. I was wondering if one or both of them were going to throw that. Norton ran right by him. They grabbed him by the waist. The home fans were very excited about that interception, but it was a clear pass interference. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll be another Beth Price, Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Football should be walked all the way. Uh-oh, watch out. Spill my energy drink down here. Watch your feet there. Football should go all the way to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. About 8 seconds ran off the game clock there on that play. All right, single receiver top and bottom. Same setup with Norton at the bottom McAllister at the top, Groce in the backfield. Going to be a quick pass to number 11, McAllister, who's going to run straight into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown, brought to you by McAllister as well as Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. And that was an easy pitch and catch from Day to Hurley McAllister to make the score 26-7 with 2:57 left to go here in the half, pending this extra point. Really nice pitch and catch. One block at the top of your screen. Didn't catch who made that block. Let me rewind it a little bit, see if I can get a little feel for who made that block. While we wait for this extra point, again, reminder of the last extra point, snap was low. Block was made by number 54. I believe that's Will Chambers that freed up McAllister for that touchdown. Extra point is up, and it's good, making the score 27-7 for your Trojans with 2:57 left to go here in the half. One play, the crowd was pumped up, but they've now gone down 3 scores quickly, and things have become a little bit more quiet around here. AJ, what do we expect to see from the Trojan kickoff team here? I think they're going to go the little pooch kick to number 11 here at about the 20-yard line. They are playing deep. 52 is deep. We'll see. They do kick it deep, AJ. You were right. Ball's caught right at the 10-yard line. Tackle's going to be made deep by number 20, Dylan Curry, at the 20-yard line. So heck of a play there by Curry. So the Warriors are going to have to go 80 yards in 2 minutes, 49 seconds in order to put any points on the board here. Again, Trojans still have all 3 timeouts. A quick 3 and out. Trojans could look to go up by 4 scores here. And when you have a lot of something, AJ, what do you call that? A cornucopia, I believe is what you call that. When you have a lot of something. Right now, we almost have a cornucopia of score lead here. If we can go up by 4 scores before half, that would be huge. Playing some peppy music here in the stadium. Fans just are not very peppy. We are on the home side, though. We've got a stacked kind of trips look here at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. One back in the backfield. Looks like we have a delay of games. We're going to back the Warriors up 5 yards all the way to the 10-yard line. Tough self-inflicted wound there for the Warriors. They seem to be confused about the play call there. It just took too long to get things moving. So things go from bad to worse for the Warriors here. Looks like we're going to have twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Single back in the backfield. Only have 6 seconds left. They're going to have to delay a game again if they're not careful. Going to be a straight drop back. Going to be a run by the quarterback. Then he throws it late across the middle behind the receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd 15 with 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. Vanessa Brewer with a little dad joke. She said a Gordonacopia for Gordon Lee. I like it. That hits on all my favorite dad joke stuff there. I'll do better next time. Number 8, Oliver, doing a little dance down here at the bottom of the screen, keeping himself warm at corner. Got that stacked trips look at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Trojans are going to bring some quick heat. Quarterback wanted none of that. Tries to throw a quick out route. That burnt 2 seconds off the clock and brings up 3rd and 15 with 2:41 left to go. If I'm Gordon Central, I might try to run this football and force the Trojans to take a timeout. One of the coaches up here repeating what I just said in the booth. Makes me feel smart when the coaches think the same thing I think. Going to have trips at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. See if the Trojans can put some pressure on this quarterback quick. And they're going to get another delay of game. Oh, did they call a timeout before the delay of game? When they go to timeout, we'll go to timeout.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
All right, folks, we're back. Gordon Central having a terrible time getting these play calls in and getting set up. Almost took a second delay of game of the possession on 3rd and 15. Again, they've only burned about 20 seconds of game clock this entire possession. The Trojans can get a stop here with all 3 timeouts, could easily go up 4 scores and get that cornucopia we were talking about earlier. Going to be a deep throw over the middle. Groce is basically going to go up and bat that football down. And it'll fall harmlessly to the ground, incomplete, bringing up 4th and 15 with 2:35 left to go in the game. Gordon Central has a receiver who is down. Groce went up to catch that ball. Nothing dirty in that play there, but the receiver is able to hop up and able to walk off under his own power. And with 2:35 left to go in the game, or in the half here, 3rd and 15, Gordon Central's going to punt this football. Question is, do the Trojans go after this one, try to block it? Or do they allow this punt to happen and get good field position with probably 2 minutes, 25 seconds left and all 3 timeouts? The only danger with going for the block here is if you don't get it and you rough the punter, gives them an automatic first down. So we'll see what the Trojans decide to do. Looks like Norton's going to stand at about the 40-yard line. Coaches have him backing up a little bit to about the 45. So we'll see what the Trojans try to do here. Looks like they do have a bit of a punt block situation. Nope, they're going to go for the straight block. Fair catch going to be called for at the 41-yard line, where your Gordon Lee Trojans will take over 1st and 10 with 2:33 left to go here in the half and looking to go up by 4 scores. Good thing about having a veteran-heavy team like the Trojans, they haven't had to burn any timeouts in this first half for any potential delay of games, anything like that, which has put them in position here with plenty of time to add on to this 3-score lead. Looks like the back's going to be Vaughn. 11 McAllister at the bottom of your screen. Trips with Oliver, Garrison, and Norton at the top of your screen. Here's a snap today. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, running through every person imaginable. And he takes this ball for about a 13-yard pickup all the way to what looks like the 28-yard line for another Beth Cross. Keller Williams, first down. Vaughn's going to come out. Groce is going to come in. Going to remain with that trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Offensive line doing a heck of a job tonight here for the Trojans. Motion for Groce. Going to be a quick throw to the outside to Groce. He's going to make a nice cut up the middle. Gordon Central does a good job there. Only allows Groce to pick up about 4 yards. Down to the 24-yard line as the clock runs just below 2 minutes. 2nd and 6 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Trojans are not in a hurry here at all. No real need to be with 3 timeouts. Me a handoff to Groce up the middle. He hits the hole hard. He's going to fall down right at the 16-yard line, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. 1:42 remaining here in the first half. Trojans doing a nice job managing the clock here. It is running down to 1 minute 33 seconds as they await the play call. Burning a little bit more clock than I would have expected here. Still 3 timeouts remaining. This ball will get snapped at about 1:15 remaining. Going to be a fake jet sweep. Up the middle run by Groce all the way down to the 10-yard line. So a pickup of about, let's call it 6 there, bringing up 2nd and 4 as the game clock ticks down to below 1 minute. Trojans do call a timeout here to stop the clock. Just under 54 seconds left, and we'll take a commercial break.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
All right, folks. Sweet Caroline playing here in the stadium. Don't know if you can hear it. Sweet Caroline, ba, ba, ba. I'm a terrible singer. Sorry, folks, but I love this song at any sporting event. Trojans now back from that timeout. 2nd and 6. Football sits right at the 10-yard line. Trojans have brought in number 33, Lane Vaughn, and I can hear those engines echoing. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's driving his feet, and he runs straight up the middle for another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. And as expected, Mr. Vaughn gets his 3rd touchdown of the half, and you can hear the choo-choo in the background as the Trojans take a 33-7 lead pending the extra point. That's the cornucopia we were looking for, and we now have it. That score there, I would assume, probably seals the opportunity for the starters to come out for one possession in the second half and then potentially get those younger guys in the game again. PAT is up, and it is good. Grimes perfect on the day to make the score 34-7 Trojans with 48.9 seconds left to go here in the half. Everything that could go wrong for Gordon Central here over the past 10 minutes has, and the Trojans have now started to pour it on. Got a good question from my man Ben Daniel about how many touchdowns Vaughn has on the season. I'm going to look. I believe those 3 are going to put him at 16 on the season, which still seems low to me. But keep in mind, he's only played the first half of the past 3 games. But let's take a look at where he was at to start the night. Going to stats, player stats, offense. We're looking at rushing. Give me just a second. Going to be a low liner. Going to bounce around. Going to be fielded right at the 20. And number 20, Dylan Curry, going to make the initial hit. Number 4, Braxton Daniel, going to clean it up at the 25-yard line. Let's see. Yep, Vaughn had 13 touchdowns coming into the game, had 3 more tonight. That's 16 touchdowns for Vaughn on the season, which I believe eclipsed the 15 he had last season, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go back and look. He's having a heck of a season, averaging 114 yards per game. And again, he's only played in the first half the last 3 football games. Still with big average there. Gordon Central with 42 seconds left, deep in their own territory. Let's see how aggressive they want to get. They're going empty backfield, trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. See if the Trojans try to go get this quarterback here. They do. Price with the big sack there. Helped by number 45, Sean Harms-Benefole. And that's another Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack for your Gordon Lee Trojans. That quarterback got smoked. Price there with the initial contact and then sandwiched by 45, Sean Harms-Benefole. Quarterback's lucky he held on to that football, to be quite honest with you. It looks like Gordon Central's going to be happy to let this game clock tick down and take it to half, down 34-7. Reminder, no Trojan marching band tonight, but we will have the Gordon Central marching band. So please enjoy that, and we will come back right before the second half.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of 79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs. When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board. Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring.
Before time was measured and before stars had names, the cosmos held its breath. In the scientists, two ancient forces stood. One forged from radiance and mercy, the other brought the shadow of ruin. From their clash came the first thunder. And from that thunder, the world was born. This eternal war between light and dark was never about victory. Forces of light, fewer in numbers, fierce in spirit, answer to call on spirit. On the edge of the world, they met.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I have been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks, fuel that matters.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance. And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board. Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
All right, Trojan Nation, we are back for this second half between your Gordon Lee Trojans and the Gordon Central Warriors. Your Trojans are up 34-7 and will be kicking the ball off to start the second half. From a stats perspective, no surprise, number 33, Lane Vaughn, the Lane Train, with 113 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 113 yards on the season. Again, this would be the 4th game in a row that he's done that in one half of football, though I would expect to see the starters come back out here at least for a couple possessions before the Trojans turn the game over to some of these younger players to continue their growth from an experience standpoint. This Gordon Central offense has struggled to put points on the board against the Trojans, but have done a decent job moving the football through the air, so it'd be a good challenge for that young defensive secondary. Again, the last 2 weeks have not given up a score. 3 weeks ago, they gave up 2 scores in their first little bit of action, but we've seen some solid growth from them over the past couple weeks. Interested to see how they do against the starters of Gordon Central if they do get an opportunity to play here in a bit. Again, Trojans continue to do a solid job. I believe Groce has just about 85 yards rushing as well in that first half. Day, I think, has thrown for 56 yards and a touchdown. That throw and catch from him to McAllister up the sideline earlier. And again, Trojans with a 4-score lead going into this second half. In-house PA system playing a little free-falling from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Trojans circle up in the end zone, break it down as a team. They'll head to the sidelines to kick off this second half. Clock ticks down to about 40 seconds before we are underway. Was checking the Venmo account Waller family coming through. Wendy Waller sending $2. Pierce Waller with $1. That's $3 so far, folks, for the LED lighting. We only need 99,997 more $1 donations before we can get these lights for the next season. Let me get the old YouTube pulled back up so I can watch replays. The Casey King loving the Trojan Club commercial. She said it's fire. I could not agree anymore, Miss King. Trojans set up the kickoff here. See what the Trojans decide to do here to start this second half. Seen some big hits so far on kickoff. Keep an eye on number 3, Price, who is next to the kicker at the top of your screen. He flew up the wall on the last kickoff, and Curry cleaned it up. Going to be another deep kickoff here. Big hit. Multiple big hits and tackle. Oh, going to be made. Number 17, Mitchum, again finding the football. And that tackle is going to be made by several Trojans. Football is going to be at the 13-yard line. Sorry, 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Gordon Central Warriors. Trojans not afraid to run down the field, lay the wood to those blockers. If you're a Gordon Central Warrior, the Hoka Hey, ready to die statement being taken pretty realistically on those kickoff returns. Trojans bringing the thunder. Trojans do come out with their starters defensively here as expected. See if they can get a quick 3 and out, put 7 more points on the board, and then give this game over to the young players. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver. Going to be a handoff. Be a good run there. I say a good run. Good run relatively. Pick up a yard. Not a loss there. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. Looks like Laura Ann Mitchum is watching and cheering from Florida. Cornbread Creswell just logged in, say, let's go Trojans. Glad you're watching, Cornbread. Trips at the bottom of your screen. A little bit of emotion there. Bringing in an extra blocker. Too much pressure being put on this quarterback. Price trying to chase down the quarterback. But that ball falls harmlessly to the ground. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Trojans looking to go 3 and out here again and take over with good field position. Laura Mitchum, apologize for the incorrect pronunciation of your grandson's name. Started last season during spring ball, and then it continued early this season, but I think I've got it down now. Looks like Gamer67's logged in saying go Trojans as well. Again, 3rd and 8 out of the trip. Vaughn goes to smoke the quarterback. Catch is made though. Nice tackle by number 1 Norton to save the touchdown. Little tunnel screen there. About popped that for a touchdown. That'll be a 1st down. First one in quite a while there for the Warriors. Sounds like Mama and Papa Renner are watching. Rooting for Peyton, Dylan, and Dakota. Nice play there by the Warriors. Clock runs down to about 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Warriors are taking forever to get each play in. Play clock's down to 5 seconds. They may not get this one off. They force Gordon Central to take a timeout, and when they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
All right, Trojan Network fans, we are back. After that timeout by the Warriors, forced due to them about to take a delay of game penalty. They're going to come out with twins top and bottom of the screen. I would expect a heavy dose of passing here. Trojans got to go put some pressure. Going to be a rollout to the bottom of your screen here. Vaughn just absolutely smoked the quarterback, but the catch is made. The receiver's very excited, brings the football all the way across midfield to the 43-yard line of the Trojans. So that's 2 first downs in a row through the air for the Warriors. Ball was kind of thrown up. Oliver was in coverage, but was unable to knock that ball out of the air. Nice catch by the Warrior receiver to bring up a 1st and 10. Looks like we're going to go trips at the top of your screen, single back in the backfield. Would expect the pass to continue here. And as I expected, they hand it off, and that back is smoked by a combination of number 6, Garrett Ross, number 66, Joshua Murtaugh, for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Nice job in the run game there by the defensive line. Again, late huddle here. Trips at the top of your screen, single back in the backfield. Quarterback gets hit, but he makes a nice throw. Then he gets absolutely smoked by number 8, Oliver, over the middle. There's some trash being talked between the players. That's another first down for the Gordon Central Warriors. Warriors seem to be excited about the first down, talking a little bit more than they probably should, down 34-7. See some of the Trojans pointing at the scoreboard there. Trojans need to remain composed here. Keep it clean. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Quarterback's taking some hits, but is delivering on this possession in the throw game. Going to be a handoff to the outside, running lane, but he is absolutely smoked. Flag comes out. It's going to be a holding. I believe that hit was made by 33 Vaughn. Pick up a 3. There's a flag on the field. I believe that's going to be holding. It is holding. Fans are yelling to have the number called out of who was holding. Unfortunately, this is high school football, not college or the NFL. We don't call out high school players. Sorry about your luck. Game clock sits at 8 minutes, 34 seconds here in the third quarter. Very different than what we've experienced the last few weeks with running clocks. Trips at the top of your screen. Definitely a passing opportunity. It's 1st and 20. It's going to be a run up the middle. Murtaugh's going to smoke the quarterback for no gain. And the quarterback's going to think twice before trying to run that football up the middle after that hit. Nice job there by 66. Joshua Murtaugh not allowing that quarterback to escape. Brings up 2nd and 20 for the Warriors. Play clock continue, or game clock's down to 10 seconds. They're just now breaking the huddle. Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom of your screen. Play clock's down to 4 seconds. Going to be a handoff on a nice run. Tackle almost made by Groce. Several tackles being broken. This back is driving his feet. Ultimately tackled at the 13-yard line, but up to 5, Noah Garrison. Another first down for Gordon Central. That back running with conviction there. Ran through multiple tackles by the Trojans. Football now sits 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of the Trojans. Gonna have Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom of your screen, single back in the backfield. Gonna be another pass, and that's gonna be a touchdown. We've got flags on the play, so not sure what the call is gonna be here. Looks like it's gonna be gonna be a false start against the Warriors, and that'll back them up 5 yards and take that touchdown off the board. These fans are riled up, not happy with what's going on here. Typically, you'll see that frustration with the officiating, but it seems like they're frustrated with the team. So it'll bring up 1st and 15 after they step that off. Football now sits at the 17-yard line. Again, 1st and 15 for the Warriors. 7:12 left to go here in the third quarter. Trojans still lead 34-7, but the Warriors moving the football down the field quickly here. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Gonna be a straight drop back, but gonna have another big sack from the menace, number 6, Garrett Ross. And that's another Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks sack. Be another loss of what, 6 there? AJ, my spotter's gonna have to give me, it's gonna be 2nd 20 here, so I think that was a loss of about 5 or 6. So 2nd 20, football now sits at the 23-yard line of the Trojans. Warriors again having to run the quarterback in with the plays. Play clock's already down to 10 seconds. They're just now breaking the huddle. Looks like we're gonna have trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. They do get the snap off. Nope, they weren't gonna get the snap off, so the coaching staff had to burn another timeout. And so as they meet to talk about that, we'll take you to a commercial break.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back, and shout out to Randy Bowers, who was part of the 78 region championship team of the Gordon Lee Trojans. He's watching from home, so shout out to him and his family. Trojans looking to get them another region championship here in 2025. Trips at the bottom of your screen, no receiver at the top. Quarterback looks like he's going to be under center. One back in the backfield. It's going to be a fake here. Ball's going to be thrown. Tackle's going to be missed by a couple Trojans. Football's going to get all the way down to the 9-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for Gordon Central here. Trojans have been able to put a ton of pressure on the quarterback. Weren't able to bring him down there. So a nice pickup. 3rd and about 7 here for the Warriors. Trips again top of your screen. Gordon Central has figured out they've got to get this quarterback moving. He's a sitting duck when he drops straight back. Trojans are going to be bringing some heat from the top of the screen. And this ball's going to be, I think, intercepted by number 1, Norton. Stops the Warriors from getting that touchdown, and the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Heck of a play there by Norton. And the spirits of the Warriors were broken there as they had moved the ball methodically down the field, but were unable to capitalize as Norton goes up, makes a big play for a Summit Physical Therapy turnover there for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Would expect the Trojans to bring that starting offense out here. One more possession. Have to be careful leaving them out here too long. Things have gotten a little chippy. Oftentimes, you can get somebody hurt in that situation, but I would expect one solid possession for the Trojans here. See if they can get 7 points on the board. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce in the backfield. He's going to run straight up the middle, pick up about, looks like they're going to give him all of 10 yards. And that'll be a Beth Price, Keller Williams, first down for your Trojans. Football now sits at the 30-yard line. Nope, looks like they made it short now, so they'll bring up 2nd one. So apologize for that impromptu Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. That was not accurate. But we'll see if we can get one here on 2nd and 1. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, tight. I would expect a pass here. They go for the handoff to Groce on the outside. He's going to use the speed. Going to pick up big yardage there. Gain of about 25, I believe. Football goes across midfield all the way down to the 47-yard line. Looks like we've got an injured player on the field for Gordon Central, and so while they tend to him, we'll take you to a commercial break.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back for this 1st and 10. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Vaughn up the middle, just running through people. Pickup of about 4.5, we'll call it 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Emma Zimet sent a text in letting us know what games look like at halftime. Looks like Heritage is up 24-3 over Lafayette. Dade County's up 24-14 over Coosa. Sonoraville smoking Ringgold right now 27-7. And Fannin up 42-0 in the 2nd quarter over Armurchie. Thank you very much, Emma. If you can't be here as the switcher, we appreciate you at least keeping us updated via text. Another run by Vaughn, pick up 7, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Football now sits at the 35-yard line. And the Trojans going with a hurry-up offense here. Looks like Groce will be in the backfield. Twins at the bottom, single receiver at the top. Handoff to Groce. He makes a move right up the middle. Picks up 8 yards. Football now sitting at the 29-yard line. 2nd and 2 for the Trojans. Trojans are going to come out. Twins at the top. Single receiver McAllister at the bottom. Groce remains in the backfield. Hand off to Groce up the middle. He's going to pick up every bit of 9 yards. Football all the way down to the 20-yard line. And that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down for your Gordon Lee Trojans with 3:15 left to go here in the quarter. Going to be a quick pass to number 1, Norton. Nice block there, and Norton's up the sideline for a Gordon Lee Trojan touchdown. Brought to you by number 1, Landon Norton and Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. Your Trojans lead 40-7 with 2 minutes, 58 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, pending the extra point from Mr. Ira Grimes, who is perfect on the night. Christopher Scody and Harley Spencer excited about that touchdown for the Trojans. Gordon Central jumps off sides there. That's going to move the football up one. Looks like Trojans will continue to leave the PAT team on the field. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and kick is good, making your score 41-7 Trojans with 2:58 left to go here in the third quarter. So we're going to see another Trojan kickoff. Little Ice Ice Baby playing. I don't know if y'all have ever seen my dance moves, but I'm up here just like I'm living in the 90s again. AJ got his dance moves going. It's a sight for sore eyes up here, folks. Man, so tempted to start rapping on the broadcast. Better not. Trojans getting set here for this kickoff. Would expect the Trojans to boot this one deep. Let this team go to work. Again, keep an eye on some of these players from the Trojans. They are running down the field and looking for somebody to hit, which I absolutely love. Kickoff's a great opportunity to send a message to your opponent that you are scared of nothing. Grimes set, ready to kick. He's going to drive this one deep. Couple nice hits there. Big tackle. Who made that tackle there? Looks like number 3, Price, with the tackle there. And the football is going to sit at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Not really sure why the entire Gordon Central team is on the sideline here. Play clock needs to start running. They have now started the play clock. No idea what's going on here. My spotter's as confused as I am. The Warriors do head out here to run a play. Play clock's down, right at 10 seconds. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Single back in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to the outside to a back. Big running lane. Not sure. Looks like Groce should be able to chase it down here with that speed. Ball is almost fumbled, but it's going to be first and goal from the 4-yard line after that huge run from the Warriors. Heck of a run there. See if the Trojans defense can get a stop here. Warriors were able to move the ball effectively last possession, then threw an interception in their own end zone here. That was a big run there. Pickup of a little over 70 yards. Trojans going to need to bow their back here defensively. Warriors going to come out, trips to the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Quarterback read there, faked the handoff, tried to leak out the backside, but saw number 33, the lane train, coming, and wisely hit the deck for a pretty big loss there. Now he's got a cramp. I don't know if that's real or not. Ran all the way to the sideline and then flopping around. So we got an injury timeout. We'll take you to a commercial break.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, Trojan fans, we're back after that injury timeout. Quarterback for the Warriors continues to have to run to the sideline and get the plays. Poor kid's probably ran a marathon during the game. He just fell over with a cramp as soon as he got to the sideline. So he'll be out on this play. First and goal, big loss there of about 3 yards. So it's second goal now from the 7-yard line. Again, quarterback tried to keep that ball, saw Lane Vaughn coming and hit the deck quick to avoid that contact. Now we've got Twins top and bottom of the screen, single back in the backfield. Would not expect this to be a passing down. Going to be a run to the top side of the screen, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Warriors as the Trojans miss the tackle, and that'll make the score 41-13 with 1:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Cheerleaders for the Warriors running down to that end of the track. See if the Trojans are ready for this odd-looking field goal formation. Need to be smart here. Somebody's got to stay over the quarterback. They are going to snap it, try to run it. Going to get smoked by Vaughn. A little late to pitch that after you've hit the ground. Vaughn makes the tackle, and that'll leave the score 41-13 with 1:20 left to go here in the quarter. These fans are riled up down here. They did not like the fact that that football wasn't kicked. Seems like in the second half, these text messages that I get have slowed down quite a bit. People must get bored with the Trojans dominating. I don't get bored with it at all, AJ. I want to see more domination. like a Thanksgiving table of cornucopias. So the Trojan return team's going to set up here. We'll expect to have that same hands team out on the floor like it's basketball, out on the field. It is getting close to basketball season. I believe basketball practice starts Monday. I did lose a bet today, folks. Do have to let everybody know that I took my middle son, Nate Price, to play golf today. I had a great 9 holes for me. He shot a 46, still lost to him. He shot a 44, and he remains golf daddy, which is devastating for my psyche. This kick's going to go out of bounds, I do believe. Oh, going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. And so the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Another Gordon Central players down here with cramps. Every time we see players have cramps, we want to give you a reminder. The Trojans don't cramp up because they use Water Sucks. If you're a Trojan fan, if you're somebody who needs electrolytes, visit watersucks.com. Use promo code Trojan Network, all one word, for 20% off your order. Also, I saw today, Water Sucks expects to have mushroom coffee out by around Thanksgiving. It's a hot trend these days. Great way to start your morning for brain health. I actually met the owner of Water Sucks this morning to pick up some product for the team. Great guy. Told me a lot about the history of Water Sucks and where it came from. Probably spent 30 minutes talking. Great guy, great sponsor. Please, please go visit watersucks.com and use promo code Trojan Network, all one word, for a 20% discount. Let's see. Cornbread Creswell out there talking again. Lane Train is at work. He's asking for my Venmo. Tell you what, Cornbread, I'm not going to put my personal Venmo out there because I know everybody will be sending me money, but I'll get Nate to let you know how to donate money for those lights. Chris King just sent me a message. Yes, sir, that was a heck of a plug for Water Sucks. I've been working on my advertisement degree. Been moonlighting at night. Just kidding, not really. But really is a great guy. Want to help that company out because they do a lot for the Trojans. Trojans bring those starters back out. Groce in the backfield, handoff up the middle. He's carrying several runners. If he could have got that last foot out, he would have been gone. But he picks up 11. And that's another Bet Price Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. A reminder to folks who are in town, please, please go watch the Gordon Lee Trojan volleyball team tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Gordon Lee High School, second round of the state playoffs. Another handoff to Groce. He's actually hit early there, but is able to continue to drive his feet. And that big offensive line gave him a push. He picks up 4 yards to bring up 2nd and 6. Football now sits at the 35-yard line. That should be the last play of the quarter, and we'll take it to the 4th quarter, 41-13 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. They may run a play here. Looks like Groce is going to come off. Vaughn's going to stay on. They don't have to run a play based off the play clock and game clock. It looks like Coach Groce is content to let this one run down and take it to the 4th quarter, up 41-13. And so as we switch into the field, we will take you to a commercial break.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place, and we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back. 4 fingers in the air for the fourth quarter here. Trojans looking to close out this game, take their record to 7-1, and get ready to head to Coosa for another region matchup next Friday night. The number 2 team in the region, Fannin County, takes on Christian Heritage next week, who's the number 3 team in the region. If Christian Heritage is able to get a victory and the Trojans win, the Trojans would clinch the region championship next week. If not, if both Fannin and Gordon Lee. Oh, here's a quick pitch to number 8, Oliver. He's up the sideline using those shifty moves he always has for a first down. And I'll be honest with you, I just watched number 58, Eli Hasty, absolutely pancake one of those Warriors on the sideline. It's a big gain there from Oliver, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. I was saying something really important before I went back into the play-by-play. Now I can't remember what it was, AJ. You remember what I was talking about? Somebody will text me and remind me, and I'll finish that thought. It's getting late, folks. Past few weeks, we've been done at 9:30. Here's a handoff up the middle to number 3, Price. He's making guys miss. Takes it to the outside. Let's see if he can take it to the house. That's going to be a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Heck of a run by number 3, Price. But hang on, do we have a flag on the field? What's going on here? Illegal shift there, and that'll take that big touchdown run from Price off the board. Have no idea what happened there. That was a heck of a run by Price. But that'll come off the board. Would expect to see Price in that running back position quite a bit next season. Obviously, with Vaughn and Groce, Price is not needed in that running back position much this season, so hasn't been getting a ton of carries. But that was a great look at the future for next year there from Price. Looks like we've got number 4, Braxton Daniel, in at quarterback. Going to be a handoff to number 9, Groce, up the middle. He's going to have a nice carry there. Takes it all the way to the 50-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards there, which should bring up second and about 6. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's carrying everybody for another big gain. That's a gain of about 8 yards. Football now sits at the 41-yard line, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. Looks like Price has come in at running back again. Game clock's down to 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Play clock's down to 10 seconds. We expect a handoff here to Price. Price does get a handoff up the middle, another big run. He's going to pick up about, call it 5, and that'll bring up second 5 for the Trojans. Looks like Price is going to come out. Number 20, Dylan Curry, going to come in for the Trojans. Curry had a touchdown last week. See if he can get another one here. Going to be a handoff to Curry up the middle. He's going to get hit early, though. Probably going to lose about a yard there. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Trojans. Looks like Curry will come out. Vaughn will come in. And the football sits at the 37-yard line of the Trojans. 3rd and about 6. Bit of a pistol set here. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. Going to continue to drive his feet. He's going to pick up another Beth Price. Keller Williams, first down after an 8-yard gain. Looks like the big defensive lineman for the Warriors helmet came off there, so he's going to come off the field. Looks like Vaughn's also going to come off. Price is going to come back on in that running back position with 8 minutes 21 seconds left to go here in this football game. Trojans lead 41-13. Trojans using all of this play clock, letting the clock run. 20 seconds left on the play clock. About 7:50 left to go here. Do have an update here. Miami Hurricanes currently losing to Louisville. 13 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. College football. Here's another handoff to Price up the middle. Makes a couple guys miss. It's going to pick up about 7 there. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Looks like Price is going to come out. Vaughn's going to come in. Looks like the Trojans are running on number 75. Sorry, we have no desk up here, so I have to hold my roster. I believe 75. I have spilt an energy drink on it. But Jared Kazayan. Vaughn in the backfield, twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Handoff to Vaughn. Doesn't pick up his normal 8. Only gets about 2.5 there, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 1.5 yards. Looks like Vaughn will come out. Number 20, Curry, will come in. Looks like we're also running in number 10. Believe that's, good Lord, my stuff's all sticking together here. Let's see, Carson Clark. Looks like 31, believe that's Schaefer coming in, James Schaefer. Yep, let's take a look. Lineman looks like Chambers at 54. Looks like Gillum, I believe, is 55. Looks like 62 is going to be Parker Ray. It's going to be a handoff to the top side to Curry. He's going to need to lower his shoulder. He does, and he's going to pick up another Beth Price. Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Nice job there by Curry. Nose for the first down. Wait, did they give him the first down? Looks like they did. They haven't moved the chains. Nope, showing 4th and 1. So Price comes in here, needs to know down at distance. Get this ball handed to you, lower your shoulder, get this first down. Trojans try to get the Warriors to jump off sides. They don't. So would expect a little smash mouth football here from Price. Handoff to Price up the middle. He does lower his shoulder. Fighting. Going to pick up about 3 yards there, and that's a Beth Price. Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Looks like 23, Jasper Beeson coming in here as well. Looks like number 16, believe that's Calder Willingham coming in to play running back. Looks like number 19, Honor Smith coming in to play tight end. Looks like we've got, is that 50 on the line as well? Will Slayton. Or is that 60? 60 would be likely, correct? See what the Trojans can do here with Willingham in the backfield. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Willingham up the middle. He gets hit immediately, the loss of a yard, as the game clock continues to tick down to below 4 minutes, 30 seconds before the end of the game. Looks like Price is going to come in here. Willingham's going to limp off. Looks like 17, Mitchum's going to come in and play quarterback. See if this offensive line can get a hat on the hat here, create a hole for Price to finish this thing off here. 2nd and 11, football sits at about the 18-yard line. Going to be a quick run by 17. Mitchum breaks a tackle, cuts it up the middle. Really nice run from Mitchum. He takes the football all the way down to the 6-yard line for another Beth Price. Keller Williams, first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Heck of a run by 17 Mitchum there. All power. Looks like Price is going to come out. Number 2, Colby Ball is going to come in. He had a heck of a game yesterday during the JV contest, I believe. Looks like we're going to have a timeout, final timeout of the half for Gordon Central. And so while we take a timeout, or they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
All right, Trojan Network Nation, we are back. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in this game. Football game's well in hand as the Trojans lead 41-13, but they're trying to get this young offense to punch one into the end zone to finish this thing off. And again, in this fall break with a great taste in our mouths, and head to Coosa next week for another region matchup. 2 region games remain, 1 versus Coosa, 1 versus Fannin County. Trojans looking to win the region for the first time in a long time. Trojans are going to come out. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Number 15, Connor Jenkins. Number 18, Cooper Childs. Looks like Colby Ball in the backfield. Can't see who the receiver is at the top of your screen, but it's going to be a run by Mitchum up the middle. He's going to break tackles. He's going to continue to fight, drive. Takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Trojans from the 2. Mitchum has shown some serious talent and ability to run the football. Let's see if they allow him to run this in for the touchdown, or allow number 2, Colby Ball, to smash it in. We've also seen the jet sweep to number 18, Cooper Childs, be successful from this young offense as well. Looks like we've got number 84, Eli Peak, up at the top of your screen playing receiver. Number 32, Maddox Beeson into that tight end position. Run behind him, you'll score. Oh, that ball is fumbled. Not sure who recovered it or where it was recovered. We'll see here. Looks like we did get it back. Football's going to sit at about the 1-yard line, 3rd goal. That ball was snapped a little bit low, bounced off the knee of Mitchum, right back into the line. Fortunately, the Trojans were able to jump on it. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 1 with 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the game. What I was trying to communicate is number 32, Maddox Beeson, has shown an incredible ability to blow up defenders blocking. I would suggest running right behind him into the end zone for this touchdown. Ball snapped. Mitchum's going to run it in, and that's going to be a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Brought to you by Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. And that'll make the score 47-13 Trojans. Pending the extra point, see if they allow, I believe the senior Ben Johnson to kick this extra point. I believe he was 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 last week, if I'm not mistaken. And his backup duty is the PAT kicker, so he's going to get another opportunity here. See if the Trojans can do a good job blocking here. Let this young man put one through the uprights. Here's the snap. Kick is up. It's low, but it is good. And that makes the score 48-13 for your Gordon Lee Trojans. 1 minute, 36 seconds left to go in this contest. Trojans continue to rack up points on the season and yardage. Extremely proud of the way they've played over the past several weeks. Clearly, the opponents they're playing against have not been on the Trojans' level. That's not a knock on them. The Trojans are a quality football program, but the Trojans have taken every one of these games seriously and utterly dominated for 4 consecutive weeks in a row. Looks like we swapped a few people out here. I see number 14, Dakota Curry in the game. Number 19, Honor Smith. Number 23, Jasper Beeson. 15, Connor Jenkins. 84, I believe that's Eli Peak. Looks like we've got Calder Willingham, Mitchum, Dylan Curry, Schaefer, and then who is 21? That's Cooper Sane. This ball's going to get kicked. Deep's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. And the tackle's going to be made by number 15, Jenkins, on the sideline at the 22-yard line. Jenkins continues each week to make a name for himself on special teams. The big tackle there. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 28-yard line. See what the Trojans do from a young defense perspective. Looks like we're going to have number 85, Ethan Howard, in the game. Number 70, Joseph Mason. Number 19, Honor Smith. Number 62, Parker Ray. Looks like linebackers are going to be the Curry brothers, Dylan and Dakota, as well as Mitchum. Looks like Schaefer and Peak at corner. It looks like Jenkins and Jasper Beeson at safety. You're going to have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a quick throw to the outside. Going to be a nice tackle there made by, who is that? Number 20, Dylan Curry with a tackle. Loss of about a yard there to bring up second. We'll say no gains, 2nd 10. Game clock now down below 1 minute, 10 seconds. Want to see if this young defense can remain bash strong here. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Tackle's going to be made by number 62. Believe that is Parker Ray. For gain of about a half a yard, so that's going to bring up 3rd and about 9 here for the Warriors. This young defense looking to remain unblemished for the 3rd game in a row. Going to have trips at the top of your screen. Should be a pass down. Great opportunity here for the Trojans to put some pressure on this quarterback. It is going to be a pass to the outside. Mitchum's going to chase this guy down after a pickup of about 1.5 yards. Clock's going to continue to run. That'll be the last play of the game. Big victory for your Gordon Lee Trojans, 48-13. And the Trojans move to 7-1 on the season. Another great football game for your Trojans. And this week's local beard company player of the game, tell me if you've heard this name before, is going to go to number 33, Lane Vaughn. He had close to 150 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, and continues to stack up yardage as well as touchdowns each and every week. So again, Lane Vaughn, your local beard company player of the game. Really appreciate everybody at home watching, all the comments, all the text messages. Heck of a victory there for your Trojans. Again, we move to 7-1 and head to Coosa next week. Thanks for joining us.